For thousands of years, mankind has battled for domination over mankind. We have fought tribally against each other. Countless men have died, countless women have died, and countless children have died. And correspondingly, our hearts have been laden with a burdening sorrow for the entire eternity of our existence. Our brutality has never left our side through the countless years of our accumulation of knowledge and the inevitable growth of technology such an accumulation gives birth into. We have developed a system based on our communal divisions and the brutality which must ensue from them. A system of divisions. A system of looking after only our own patch. A system which must inevitably lead us into war. Divisions between us always lead us to conflicts and inevitably to war. There has been positive value in the technological prowess and growth of mankind's ingenuity, but the walls between him and the razor wire around the images enclosing his heart are wide as the Grand Canyon and as sharp as any mother's tongue. We all have developed competing systems to seek out our own security in life. This has developed, obviously, from our initial historical tribal states. We carry a great pride inwardly on what we psychologically feel we belong to, and we psychologically feel what we belong to based on the locations of where we have been born and the resident cultures there. These accidents of birth provide us with a security for a limited section of humanity, which is no security at all. If my security lies in my need to defend myself constantly against potential attack from others, where has there ever been any security for any of us? There never has been. There could only ever be any security for us, humanity, if humanity lived without any divisions. We will never find any security in life following any government or any politician or any ideologist. No elitist, no businessman, no religious figure, no monarch or leader of any description. The approach itself of following is flawed. It is full of division and therefore full of conflict between us human beings. We need come together. The time is now. Leader and led is nothing other than a division, and divisions lead us to nothing other than to conflicts. Were we provided brains in this life to follow someone else's ideologies? We have all these walls between us. In our outer world, physical walls are actually built. Germany was cleaved in two, its people brutally divided between opposing ideologies, and for decades. The Uyghurs of China know no peace today in their homeland. Again, a wall within what, at first glance, seems a complete and total nation. Donald Trump magnificently displayed this divisive activity of all of our politicians in seeking to build a wall to isolate Americans from their closest of neighbours. Self-interest always does this. Seeking, but only for the benefit of a limited group or myself, is a process of self-isolation in battle against others. Self-isolation qualifies a necessity for self-defense. Self-defense leads us to conflict and wars. It is a politician's job to build walls between human beings, for a politician seeks only what is best for a limited group of humanity. Often, what is best for one group is absolutely worst for another. Think Iraq. Think Afghanistan. Think humanity. Think Syria. Think Lebanon. Think our impoverished, war-torn world, a world divided. And yet, the steps needing taken to eradicate this menace of division between us, and so come to any chance of ending wars, are not steps to be taken in our outer physical conflicted world. These steps, if humanity is to ever take them, must be taken in our psychological world. We must come to understand the mind of mankind, a broken up affair of knowledge, which sees him finding greater security in living in continual divided historical tribal-based identities than in seeing the absolute imminent destructive danger of having always lived this way. We need grow up to see what we are. What we are is divided. And if we can come to see what we are, which itself is the movement of change, not our desire for it, our desires for change today from our divisive, conflicting, war-causing states, and so are continuing the movements of conflict between us. The task is simple, although it is not simple. We need die to our collective divisive histories, die to our beliefs, die to our traditional divisive ways of doing things. Perhaps we need not die to all of these, but we absolutely must die to our insistence that these psychological identifications, offering a certain limited security, are nothing other than memories, and that a pressing need between all of us human beings today is to find a life and relationship, a caring and loving for each other beyond our memories. To walk into the light of a new dawn, not as a Jew, a Palestinian, Chinese, Uyghur, British, Afghani, American, Hindu, Buddhist, Christian, but as a human being, a member of the unifying group of that which we are, the only all-inclusive group. The walls between us are inside us. They were placed there in childhood. No child questions the need to belong to a nation or a traditional religion. No child questions the stories they have been told about the universe they live in or what they are. Perhaps, as adults, it is time for us now to do so. And perhaps, on investigation, we shall come to find what we truly are through our own investigation. We shall come to put down every dividing psychological, traditional, historical identification and attachment we carry. For we will see the dangers these divisions have brought to our lives. We thought we had found security in our little groups. We failed to see the insecurity which belonging to our little groups collectively created on our world stage. When we change, our world will change, and the change will come within our current state of psychological divisions. The result of an investigative inquiry exposing and bringing light to the understanding of what we actually are, not what we have been educated to believe we are. Walls need torn down between us, but walls are still being built between us every day because we are divided. Trump was an ambitious builder of walls, thankfully also a failure at it. For walls are never a good idea between people, but the walls most needing torn down will be found not even one stone's throw distance from the human heart.